Okay, Deepak, plain and simple. क्या लगता है बाजार? Your favorite question. Let's go
Yeah,
for
we
it.
do this show now. It's 4:30
Friday, 4
every
o'clock?
4 o'clock
4:30.
at Friday every Friday, where we just talk about stuff that's happening. Interestingly, the bazaar itself has been weird. We had 7 consecutive years. I think 8 consecutive years. I'm not
Positive
sure.
returns, yeah.
Positive returns. We haven't had this. You have to thank the Federal Reserve, but now you can't because the Federal Reserve has reversed, and I think this is going to show up next year in terms of volatility. And every single time that the central banks have curbed increased interest rates and curbed liquidity, you have volatile markets. So we haven't had volatile markets. The reason I can tell you we don't have volatile markets is people are still trying to make money trading options in a very large way by selling them. That means there's not enough volatility. Every time volatility comes back, this particular genre diminishes in quantity quite substantially. There are still people who make money trading options,
I'm
but
sure there.
the noise of the easy money goes away.
Screenshots and everything.
Screenshots
Let's
go.
not go there.
Let's
Yeah,
not go
okay,
there. But
yeah.
it's interesting because we've had a long period, nearly 2.5 periods of relatively low volatility, and it will change. But beyond that, I think, and I was on a show today, and I said the same thing. I said, if you asked me in the beginning of 2022, kya lagta hai bazaar? And then you told me कि Putin will attack Ukraine, that US will see inflation, that the world will see inflation, US will raise interest rates to the point where mortgage rates in the US are as much as mortgage rates in India. And the US market will be down 23%, some of the US stocks will be down 80-85%, Tesla's down 62% for the year. I would have laughed at you. तो मैं जो भी बोलूँ, whatever I say from here, it's almost undeserving of attention. So I can tell you that, India is great, but will India be great in 2023 alone? I don't know. I don't know if India's story will come in 2024 or will start in 2023 in terms of being recognized in the markets. I don't know if the companies we own in the portfolios, will they continue to perform the way they are? Though I think in the longer term they will. So we may own some railway stocks. They've gone up quite a bit. They may correct. That's fine. Because we're not playing the 2023 game, we're playing the 2027 game right now. We'll keep changing our game for the longer term. But if we look at the simplest part of the market, which is where should you put your money? I think the answer to me for 2023 will still be equity markets for the risk capital that you have, Indian equity markets for the most part. And today I think I will be more convinced about putting some money in American stocks, because they seem to have corrected. But again, with a 5-year view, not with a 1-year view. On the debt side, I think we will finally get returns. The last 3 or 4 years, we've had lousy FD rates.
I'll come to that. I just wanted to finish the equity part first, because I want to, just want to get that out there, because debt is a totally different discussion. But what's your take on the economy? Because I don't want to say that I'm tired, but the constant thing that I'm keeping on hearing India's decade, India's century, India's year, India's X, India's Y, India's Z. Everybody who's coming from US to here is like like different zone altogether. Economy, what's your take?
So, this is where it's our battle to lose, in the sense that we have all the things that should let us win. In the sense, we understand inflation, so we can deal with it. We have far lesser inflation in the West. So we are, first of all, they can't deal with the inflation they have, and we are less inflation than the West. So then even our own past, so we're in much better shape. Secondly, we didn't do the excesses because we couldn't afford it. We couldn't afford to give people free money, so we didn't, and therefore we didn't get inflation. But that also means that we don't have to unwind all the nastiness that we've done in the past. Our government finances are in fact better than they were, may not pre-pandemic, but to the point where they're better than they were in the pandemic. And the government's earnings have gone up significantly. I'm talking about 20, 25%, 30% in all, whether it's GST or income tax. So you've reached a point where the government is in a position to support the economy in case it needs to. We've also, people keep saying we've lost forex reserves and all that stuff, but we haven't in any meaningful fashion, and we shouldn't have this many forex reserves in the first place. We should internationalize the rupee. We have started some mechanisms around that. We have an economy that's booming on the fact that, all of these small infrastructural elements, whether it's UPI or you've got the GST, return, to innocence in a way. It takes about 4-5 years before GST in any country works out. So we're there right now. 2017 is when it started. So you've reached a point where some of these infrastructure elements start to pay back. So the economy, I think, will do well. But the point is whether it will continue its great run in 2023. And by the way, the economy did very well in 2008. The markets fell 60%. So the markets don't need to respond at the same time as the economy does. So, and they're very different things. So I would say the economy will do well. It's just that if you expect the markets to do well, just because the economy is doing well, you may be mistaken.